Okay, let's see what we can find up here. That door that I just passed is actually the Zora shop. But like the Goron shop, it's pretty much pointless. There's really no reason to go there. Unless you really need, like, some sort of item. Okay, so this guy is jealous that we know Lulu, the main singer of the band that Mikau is actually a part of. Unfortunately, we do not have a photo of Lulu, so we can't honor this guy's request, but if you actually take this guy a photo later on, I think you can actually get a rupee reward, but that's really all you get. There is no heart piece from that, and it's honestly just not worth it, so I wouldn't worry about it. Here you have a bunch of doors that go around the perimeter of this area. Each door actually leads to a different band member's room, and you can only get inside these rooms as Zora Link, so always make sure you're wearing the mask at all times if you want to investigate all these rooms. This room is the home of this guy, and actually it's your room too. You actually can't access the part of your room yet because you actually need an item later on. But we'll get that a little later, and I'll probably show that off later. So anyways, the drummer here actually has a pretty good theory about why Lulu is acting so strange. Apparently there's a rumor going along that the Great Bay Temple, the temple of this area, there's actually been a lot of trouble at the temple. And there's a saying that whenever the temple is in trouble, the Zora descendant who is in charge of protecting the temple will actually have a lot of trouble cursed upon them. And Lulu might actually be that descendant who's in charge of guarding the temple. And I guess the eggs that she lost has something to do with that as well. Over here we have Japus's room. Japus is the secondary guitarist of the band. If you talk to him, he's pretty much going to give you the same story that all of the other band members will give you. Lulu's lost her eggs, Evan the band leader is kind of holed up in his room, and nobody is really practicing for the concert that's actually coming up, so yeah, there seems to be a lot of trouble going around this band in this community, so it looks like we're going to have to fix everything. Okay, so let's leave this room. He didn't give us really any new information, but he did give us some information, I guess. I guess that's the important thing in the long run. Over here, we have Evan's room. As I mentioned earlier, Evan is the band leader and the keyboardist of the band. So let's go inside the room and talk to him. And see what he has to say. Unfortunately, no, I couldn't get the eggs back just yet, but I wouldn't worry about it. If SlimKirby is your witness, you will get the band back together. That's such a very cheesy thing to say, but it had to be said as well. So he's basically going to tell us that we have the blood of old Zoran heroes running through our veins, so if there's anyone out there who's going to get the eggs back, I guess Mikau is actually the best Zora for the job. Even though he got brutally killed. Let's just forget about that part, though. Anyways, over here we have... What? What the... Stalker! Stalker! We have a stalker here. Yeah, sure you do. Yeah, just run away, stalker. Okay, so now that he's done stalking, let's actually go inside the room. And why is there a Deku scrub inside Lulu's room? Actually, you know what? I really don't want to know, so let's just ignore that fact for right now and just see what he's selling. Okay, so apparently he's only staying here because he doesn't like the weather outside. So yeah, the Deku Scrub sells a green potion for 40 rupees, You can buy it if you want to. I'm honestly not going to worry about it. Over here, we have Lulu's diary. I know it's kind of evil reading someone else's diary, but when you read this diary, you can kind of get an idea of what's been happening over the last few days from before Lulu's eggs were stolen until now. So yeah, apparently the night before, pirates snuck into her room and took the eggs. And because of this, she confided in Evan, the band leader, and then also told everything to Mikau as well. However, Mikau got a little too reckless and stormed off into the pirate stronghold, and you can pretty much tell what happened after that with the whole dying thing. And, oh, there goes that stalker again. Okay, so let's go over here and let's see if we can actually find Lulu this time. According to the other band members, Lulu is pretty distant right now. And she's probably not going to tell us everything, or anything at all, really, but still, it's worth a shot, I guess. So, let's go back here. And here's Lulu right over here. Yeah, she seems very, very, very distant. Oh well. It's understandable, I guess. Over here we have some pots. You can find a fairy in here. This is probably the easiest fairy to get in the entire game because it's right here next to the owl statue. And let's hit the owl statue so we actually have a warp point. And if you couldn't figure it out from here, this is actually where the entrance to the Great Bay Temple is. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about it right now. So I guess the next thing we have to do is, I guess we have to start looking for some Zora eggs, so let's get started on that front. Let's soar to the Great Bay coast. And let's see what we can do here. Before I get started with what I'm supposed to do next, though, I'm going to take care of a heart piece I can actually get right now. You can actually get this heart piece whenever. It really doesn't matter on the time of day or when it happens, but I figured that since, you know, I don't have really that much to do until 2 a.m. when I'm supposed to meet Romani at the ranch, I figured I'd go ahead and take care of a few other things, this being one of them. But basically, over here by the cliffside, and you don't always have to go over here, this is just the closest place where you can do this. You can actually find a small pool of water over here, and you can actually find some fish inside this pool of water. Fill as many bottles as you can with fish. I unfortunately only have 2 bottles. I usually have 3 at this point, but I don't usually get started with the Great Bay stuff this early. So now that I have 2 fish, let's actually go back to the water laboratory. Not really sure why I switched to human link right there, but no big deal. Oh, there's Tingle over there. I should probably get the map from Tingle since I haven't done that yet. And I still have quite a few rupees to burn, so yeah, I might do that a little later, I guess. I'm really in no hurry to get the map or anything. Anyways, go inside the laboratory, or laboratory, whatever you want to call it, or the research lab, and go on top of this tank and drop all the fish that you collected into the tank. One of the red fishes inside this tank will grab the fish, and whenever they eat a fish, they will grow bigger. So let's drop another fish in here. Basically our goal is to make the fish as big as it can be, so it can actually devour the other fish. But I need a few fish to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and make a quick cut right here and be right back. Okay, I've gotten 2 more fish. Hopefully 4 is actually the magic number I'm looking for, but we'll find out here in a second. Let's go ahead and drop 2 more fish into the tank. Let's see. Okay, it's getting even bigger. I think 4 might actually be the right number. Let's just drop one more. And let's see what happens. Oh, yep, it worked. It worked. And because we did that, it's actually going to spit out a heart piece, so hooray for that. We have a heart piece now. So now that we've done that, we can actually go and look for the pirate stronghold now. The pirate stronghold is actually on the north side of this area. All you have to do is swim to the north and you should be able to find it relatively easily. It's not really that well hidden. If you stay underwater, you can probably find it pretty easily. And I just realized that I forgot to get a map from Tingle, but again, I guess I'll just do that later.